Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for July 24th through the 31st. I'm going to be taking a look at the person on your mind, how you feel about them, how they feel about you, the connection between the two of you. I will be clarifying each card so energies can change as I clarify. This is general. It may not resonate for everyone. If it does, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channels. It helps me to pick up on your energy for all future reads. At the end of your reading, I will be pulling an oracle message for you from Spirit Messages Oracle deck to give us some more insight, guidance, and clarification on your situation. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. For Aquarius, show me how they feel about the person on their mind, how that person feels about Aquarius, and the connection between the two, please. Very interesting. All right, the overall energy to your reading at the bottom of the deck is going to be the Eight of Swords. Okay, so feeling trapped by thoughts here. I see a situation that looks very difficult when it happened. The Three of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Chariot. So in the connection between the two of you, there's heartbreak and trying to move on from that heartbreak and feeling hurt and moving forward. And with that Chariot, trying to do it really fast, like not looking back, leaving it all behind and focusing on something else here. And it feels like you're trying to move away from this person and have a fresh new start. You feel like this person made some foolish moves here, and that you played this part of trying to turn a blind eye with them at some point, but that didn't work out. You're tired of the negativity, the aggression. Some of you, this is like physical fighting that happens between the two of you. Nobody won in this situation, and you feel like it was just not good. So you're trying to start over and start new for yourself. The Fool, the Five of Swords in reverse, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So that Five of Swords in reverse too, I see that with that Eight of Swords that came out at the bottom of the deck, at times you do feel that you're overwhelmed in your mind with thoughts of this situation, and you try and just like, you know what, I'm not going to think about it because I'm trying to start over. I'm trying to start new. I do like that Ace of Pentacles because it is a brand new beginning that you're heading towards here. Now for them, how they feel about you, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, they've been giving things some thought. You know, they definitely think about you a lot here, Aquarius, and they want to make some like bold move towards you of, I'm just going to tell them how I feel. I'm going to, you know, get those thoughts out there because they don't want to lose you. The Queen of Wands is where they're seeing you as someone who doesn't need them. They see you as very attractive, everybody likes you, or that you've got all these people that just gravitate to you, and so they don't want to lose you to someone else here. Let's go ahead and start clarifying. We're going to start with this Fool card. Some of you moved for this person, so the risk you took here was everything happened so fast that you ended up moving away from everyone and everyone you know and everyone you love for this person, and only to be tricked and manipulated by them not work out. The Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. They try to make you feel, you know, that you're not in this position of victory, that you're not this person that's super attractive, but you know you are. And you try to, it's almost like you try to condition yourself in a sense to what they needed. And it was taking away from your authenticity of who you are. And so with this Fool card, it's the Eight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Magician in reverse that comes out here. You feel like you two don't match very well. You did a lot for them, but this person was very foolish in thinking that they could trick you, get away with it, and that you wouldn't go back to, I don't need you, because you don't need them. You're feeling this person needed you more than anything, and that everything they promised you just came crashing down in a way of they didn't know how to keep you or keep the charade going. Like they didn't know how to keep the wool over your eyes where you couldn't see clearly that they don't match you that well, and that they continue to do things to try and be foolish and act naive and like aloof with you, where, you know, you'd ask them a question and they're like, what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. And it just got old. So let's go ahead and clarify that Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Things ended in an argument here between the two of you, and it feels like you argued a lot when you were together. There was a lot of arguments that this person would try and play games with you, manipulate you. Nobody won in this situation, and you called them out on their BS. You know, you had a lot to say, and some of you, it was about a person that they were seeing, someone that they were talking to. And if they're like, I never messed with that person, they were still talking to them. You weren't stupid. You know, you're very smart. And so you weren't going to compete with other people here. You weren't going to play this naive person that turns a blind eye to, you know, their bad behavior. You got tired of it. So you decided, like, this is enough and I'm going to focus on myself here. So I see that and I like that. And you felt like you didn't, and that you don't need this person in your life because they don't treat you well. So let's go ahead and clarify that Ace of Pentacles. Wow. All right, so the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Empress, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, as well as the Temperance card at the bottom of the deck right here. I like how with this new beginning that you're starting here for yourself, it's very promising and you're taking your time. You're not rushing, everything in moderation, little by little, but you are really stepping into this element of life is really good, and you feel a sense of abundance around you and in you, that the life you're creating with all the options you have and the hard work is paying off. And those options too can come in the form of romantic interest. If they're not popping up just yet, be prepared, Aquarius, because they will. And it's because you're working on you. You're putting yourself first, and you know, you're taking your time and you're being very choosy about who you allow in your life here. And I like that for you. So let's go ahead and clarify that Ace of Swords for how they feel. Their intentions are so wrong. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. They've been thinking about things because they don't want to lose you to someone else, because that means that they don't have stability, a home, structure. And with that Four of Wands, that's what they have with you. Like, you're the breadwinner, you make a lot of money, or you make the money in the relationship. And so they've been thinking about how life was really good with you. It was very fruitful, that you were very encouraging, that you really nurtured them, that you were just like this warm, inviting person here. And even through the challenges of the things that they did. But they'll say anything to get you back. You can't trust this person because they try and find a way to steal from you financially. They try and steal your time, which is very valuable as well. And they can't be trusted. But they'll say anything to try and keep you because they want to have a place to stay. They want to have that stability that they had with you, and they realize they've lost that. Let's go ahead and clarify that Knight of Wands. That is exactly see, if their intentions were in the right place, you know, if their heart was in the right place, if they felt bad for what happened, it would be different. They're rushing back and like, I'm just going to do this and acting spontaneous. And they come rushing back to you because they're worried that you're going to be really happy with somebody else, someone that can provide you the stability, also the intellect that you're looking for, like someone very intelligent. And they're just like, you're basically giving this person the cold shoulder and not wanting to deal with them anymore, and that makes them think you have somebody else. And it's because they feel like threatened by the potential of someone who can be that emperor, who can build an empire that you want, you know, of love and trust and understanding and financial security and wealth. And that scares them. But you've also put those, you know, you drew the line and put those boundaries there. The Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Swords is clarification to that Knight of Wands. So they're not grown up. They're just acting on like, oh, I can't lose Aquarius, because that means that they could have better. So let's go ahead and clarify this Queen of Wands. They see you as super attractive, and that you can, like, you have a life that you want. You look good because of the money that you have. You look good because of the success that you have, and they feel hurt that you're doing fine without them. They feel hurt that you could have somebody else and that you're exploring other options. I don't see that they really see that you're with somebody else here. Not like they're spying on you or that somebody told them anything. It's just more so that they're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so hurt because, you know, they're going to end up finding their perfect match and someone to build a life together. And that's supposed to be my life. That's my money. That's my house. That's my Aquarius. Well, they didn't think that way. And someone is going to offer you more love. The King of Cups at the bottom of the deck right here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. For some of you, they did see you like out in a group setting. Maybe they ran into you at the grocery store, or they saw you somewhere like at the movies or out at dinner, or whatever the case may be, at a social event. And when they did, they saw that everybody was gravitated to you, and that really bothered them. Let's go ahead and get the outcome between you and this person. You're good all by yourself. We have the Three of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Devil. Bottom of the deck is going to be the Nine of Pentacles. I like how you're very comfortable, you know, here in your life of, I'm enjoying a good book, a glass of wine, just really enjoying the fruits of my labor. I'm doing fine. I'm pretty independent on my own. I don't need them. They don't make me feel better or anything like that. They just brought me down, and I'm not going to allow it anymore. And I like that. Because this person in the outcome, they miss you, and so they want to reconcile. They end up coming back impulsively, but it's all through attachment of like an obsession to the money, the lifestyle, you know, the everything else you gave them that was good. And they're not getting that anymore. And that's where they're like, no, this is mine. I want it back. But they, you know, they don't have good intentions. So let's go ahead and get an oracle message for you. What do you want Aquarius to know about their reading? Sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. Ooh, I love that for you. At the bottom of the deck is going to be keep moving forward even if you are unsure of your next step or where it may take you. Trust that you are walking the path you are meant to walk. Remember, we are walking it with you. Trust yourself more. You know, don't doubt yourself. I love that. So Aquarius, this is what I have for you. If it resonates with your situation, go ahead and hit that like button. I will see you in your next reading coming up. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.